You guys had destructive damage in your garden. Can't figure out what it is. Maybe something that looks a little bit like this. Look at this sweet potato. Lovely sweet potato. Perfect. Except for that part right there. That is vole damage. I tell you what is a real thing in my garden. I have plenty of them, I believe. And now is the time that I'm going to be trying to get rid of these suckers. They need to go. It is time to eradicate. And next year, I'll have perfect sweet potatoes, perfect strawberries, perfect about everything, I hope. I won't have any vole damage. I simply need to get it done, and this is the time of year that I'm going to be doing it. So, what is a vole? A vole essentially is it looks like a little mouse. You can tell the difference between them because they look like a little bit more of a cigar shape than a mouse. Their tail has a little bit furrier, but yeah, they look like a little fat mouse is what they look like. They live outside. They have little runways. A lot of times on my grass, I'll see them with the little runways. I definitely can tell that they're there because they dig up little holes in the garden, and they have little mounds from the dirt from when they're digging through the holes. So one of the problems I have this time of year with them is definitely them getting into my hoop houses that I have out there. I am doing a winter gardening series. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. But I am doing winter gardening out there with hoop houses, and when it gets warm, it's a nice warm place for them to be in those hoop houses during the day. Plus, I'm growing things out there that gives them plenty of food. Also, I am creating a perfect environment for them. I layer all my beds with comfrey. I got a good layer of mulch for them. That's a good layer for them to hide in. For example, I'll have hawks out there that'll try to eat them up. Owls at night, different things like that. But this layer of mulch is a good place for them to easily just scurry under, find the food, munch on the food, and survive. How are we going to get rid of these things? Well, the number one way to get rid of these things, in my mind, is going to be these traps. These are old school mouse traps here. Basically, put the bait right there, pull the trap back, set the trap, little mouse scurries up, little vole scurries up there, boom, it snaps. That is how I do it. And on the that little trap there, I am putting some peanut butter I mixed with some oatmeal. I think that is going to be the way to go on trying to get them to eat the traps. Very strategically, I need to be placing those traps in their little runways, places where they're going to be going. They're not going to go far from those runways. They already got food everywhere. If I can make it convenient for them to get the food, that's what I want to do. I want to put it right in their runways, maybe right off their little hole that they're living in. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get them all. Another tip that I got with the traps is when you put them, put a layer of mulch or something over top of it, not to impede the trap from the springing mechanism, but maybe even having a bucket or put it inside of a cinder block somewhere where these traps can still spring, yet gives them a little bit of protection. They're going to seek that protection. They're not going to get too far away from their home, let me tell you. If you guys aren't into taking them out with a trap like this, there are several things that you can do. I mean, one, you probably can get a cat. Not a big cat fan. Just going to throw that out there. I feel like if you have one cat, you got 15. That causes a whole nother problem. But I'm not going to get a cat. We're not going to get too deep into that. Now, there are other methods you can do out there. Once I do get these things done, I am going to try these little ultrasonic mole repellers. Basically, they deter away moles, voles, gophers, groundhogs. Basically, this emits a frequency that they don't care for. But first, I want to get them out of the garden before I place these guys in there. This I got off of Amazon. It's an 8-pack. And basically, these are just little solar celled ordeals. Get them out of the box here for you. Basically, these are solar cell powered spikes. You just stick in the ground, power it on, and voila, there you go. You're off. You're gonna try to repel them through this. They make the same thing for your garage with little mouse repellent deals where you can have it just emit a high frequency that you won't be able to hear. Another thing you can use is castor oil. Now, castor oil doesn't kill them at all. Basically, it's a repellent. You put it on the ground, or the food that they're trying to eat, and essentially the voles do not like the taste of that. So it's going to make them go elsewhere. It's going to make them run off and scurry off elsewhere. Another thing you could do is also, along with that castor oil, is maybe putting some garlic down or some cayenne pepper, some hot type of pepper, some type of powder. Now all three of those have their problems that in the rain you're gonna have to reapply those from after every rain. Otherwise they're not gonna be effective because the rain's just gonna wash them off and it's just gonna come back. The third thing you can do is plant some repellent plants. Alliums, like let's say onions, garlic, those are excellent plants to repel them. Daffodils they do not like. The daffodils are toxic to them. Different things like that. You could research different plants that you could plant around your garden that will repel these guys. Unfortunately, whenever I planted mine with the sweet potatoes took off like crazy. There was no supporting plants around them. Those sweet potatoes just took over the whole area. So there was not going to be any way I could have any supporting plants around them. Hence why we're just going to take care of them right away. Now, there are things out there that I do suggest that you do avoid. The first one of those would be poison baits. Poison baits, you're gonna affect just more than your voles. That poison is gonna spread around. I don't know if that poison will leach down in the soil, but who wants to take that? Who wants to take that chance? The next thing you know, your sweet potatoes are gonna be laced with poison. You don't want that. Again, other neighboring pets. If you have like I mentioned, a hawk earlier. A hawk comes down and grabs that poison vole, that could potentially kill the hawks. So you don't want to have good things being killed by the poison versus the voles that are out there that you want to try to get rid of. So there you guys have it, folks. This is my hopeful way of being able to trap some voles. Time will tell. If you guys want to see if this has worked for me, I will probably be doing shorts when I do catch one. Hopefully when I catch one, I'll do a short of it. So click that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Click that bell to get a notification for when the traps have sprung. And as always, have you guys had any problems with voles in your garden? If so, leave me a comment down below. Let's start a discussion. Let's get things going. What other good ways are there to trap these things other than what I'm doing? Is there any good natural deterrents that I missed? Let me know down below. Cheers, everybody, and God bless.